Hello and welcome to St. Louis Park today for Tuesday, June 23rd. I'm your host, St. Louis Park Community Editor Seth Rowe of Sun Sailor fame. Well, the school board meeting, the last of, for a while, until the last of the fiscal year, and the last one until sometime in August, was rather somewhat eventful. There's a number of items there. One was that the school board finally passed its budget for the next fiscal year. They did kind of exactly what they've been talking about doing, which was the elimination of $640,000, largely relating to teacher cuts. There was also some cuts for special education and athletics, but largely classroom teachers, about $400,000 for classroom teachers. And school board members said that they would like the administration to review the finances in the fall and see if they can add some of those back. And they typically do add some teachers back in the fall. They see what enrollment numbers are looking like and so forth, and then make some changes there. Also, they heard a report about International Baccalaureate for the potential middle years program. That would be at the junior high and senior high, and up until 10th grade, and it's different from the diploma program that's already at the high school. This would be a more comprehensive thematic sort of thing throughout the curriculum instead of just an elective type of deal. And the middle years program, they did say, is not actually a curriculum. It's a framework, and then the district would put together a curriculum that met their framework, the guidelines/requirements for the certification and so forth. Now that would cost in its first year, ironically, $400,000, and almost as much in subsequent years for a 5-year plan. So, kind of interesting. It was about the exact amount that they're looking at cutting for teacher salaries. Now, some board members said that they were kind of concerned about the financials for that, but they asked the administration to seek grant opportunities and see if that's something that they can get some funding for. They did get some assistance at the primary years program that's being implemented in elementary schools, and so this could be something they thought that perhaps Minnesota Department of Education or some other entity might provide funding for. There's a somewhat limited opportunity in the near term depending on the timeline we're doing it, but they didn't make any decisions on that. It's something that will inevitably, no doubt, will come up again, though. The administrators had gone to a bit of a informational session about International Baccalaureate, and for their part they all expressed enthusiasm for it. That administrators including Rob Metz and Les Bork from the junior high, Rob Metz from the high school, both principals there, and a couple of staff members, one from each of the schools that would be involved. So that was kind of interesting. Lastly, among the big news, they had an addendum to the agenda last night, and in that addendum they approved the replacement of Park Spanish Immersion school principal Ursina Swanson, who retired, and she has been replaced by Jerry L. Lukaska, who was the academic director for the Académie Lafayette in Kansas City, Missouri, where she performed principal duties on behalf of their school, and more recently she has been the Dean of Students at Valley View Middle School in Edina, and has also been a teacher for the Normandale French Immersion School in Edina.
They just tossed the higher price
The
out there
school board unanimously
get you in,
approved
or what?
the selection following a recommendation from Superintendent Deborah Bowers of the St. Louis Park School District. There were 6 candidates that the school district interviewed on Monday, June 15th, with PSI staff, some who are also parents of PSI students, and then finalists interviewed June 16th in a community forum. Superintendent Bowers interviewed the finalists and made the final selection. Former PSI principal Ursina Swanson announced this spring that she would retire this month. Well, in weather today, I'm going to reuse a graphic from yesterday because it is still blazing hot. As I've got in there 94 for the high today, although my most recent calculations online indicate that there are potential thunderstorms today. Tomorrow there's also potential thunderstorms with a high of 88. There's a low tonight of 72, a low of 72. So once again, the mercury is going up. But just remember, it could be worse. They're talking about much hotter further south of here, and I saw in Tampa this morning, where my parents are vacationing, of all places, this morning on the Weather Channel, they said there was a heat index of 114. So, could certainly be worse. In the meantime, hang in there, and we're looking at 80s, high 80s, but 80s for the rest of the week. Thanks again for watching St. Louis Park today. I'm Seth Rowe.